Imagine waking up every morning with a quiet certainty in yourself, a confidence that isn't borrowed, isn't given, but earned. It's the kind of confidence that whispers, I can handle this. I will grow through this. And let me tell you, it doesn't appear overnight. It comes from showing up, from putting in the work when no one is watching, from turning obstacles into stepping stones. Every small step you take, every challenge you face, every lesson you embrace, they're all deposits into the bank of your own self-belief. Today, we're going to explore how that kind of confidence is built and how it can transform not just what you do, but who you become. Confidence is not something that arrives at your doorstep. It's not a gift that someone hands you with a smile or a certificate. It isn't found sitting on a shelf or waiting for you in a fortune cookie. Real confidence is something you earn, something you cultivate through your actions, your choices, and your discipline. It grows quietly, steadily, like a tree that begins as a tiny seed and pushes through the soil against the odds of sun, rain, and wind. Every single time you step forward, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's uncertain, you make a deposit into the bank of your own belief. That's how confidence works. It's earned, not assumed, not borrowed, and not inherited. You see, too often, people want confidence to appear magically. They want to wake up one morning and feel invincible, as if courage and self-assurance were simply ingredients in the air they breathe. But life doesn't operate that way. Confidence is forged in the fires of action. It is the reward of doing what you said you would do, of facing challenges and proving to yourself that you can handle more than you thought possible. Every time you act when others hesitate, every time you keep your word to yourself, every time you take responsibility for your own growth, you are earning confidence. And the remarkable thing is, the more you earn it, the more natural it becomes. It doesn't feel like effort, it feels like life. Like something that belongs to you because you worked for it. Discipline is the partner of earned confidence. You can't simply decide one day to be confident and hope the universe will comply. Confidence is tied to competence, and competence comes from doing the work day after day. Discipline is waking up when you'd rather sleep. Discipline is showing up when motivation is low and the excuses are loud. Discipline is what separates those who talk about greatness from those who quietly achieve it. And every act of discipline adds weight to your belief in yourself. Every time you choose to practice instead of postpone, to study instead of scroll, to act instead of wait, you are reinforcing the knowledge that you are capable, that you are prepared, that you can trust yourself, that trust is confidence, pure and earned. Think about the people you admire most. Do you believe they were born confident? Were they handed self-assurance on a silver platter? Of course not. Every single person who has inspired you, every person who has succeeded in any field, earned their confidence the hard way. They faced uncertainty, they faced failure, they faced ridicule, and they acted anyway. Action, repeated consistently over time, is what allowed them to walk into rooms full of doubt and leave them with the quiet certainty of their own ability. That same process is available to you, and it's available right now. The only requirement is that you take action. Action, small and deliberate, compounds into confidence. You don't need to climb mountains on day one. You don't need to perform at perfection immediately. Confidence grows when you step forward, when you complete tasks, when you handle challenges with integrity and persistence. Each small victory matters. Each moment where you act despite fear or uncertainty is a brick laid in the foundation of your self-belief. And as you continue, you begin to notice a shift. Decisions that once felt impossible become manageable. Challenges that once paralyzed you now feel like opportunities. The seed of confidence that you planted through your actions begins to sprout, and before long, it becomes a tree strong enough to weather storms. It's also important to remember that earned confidence is humble. It doesn't shout or demand recognition. It doesn't rely on the approval of others. Confidence that is earned through action and discipline is quiet but powerful. It speaks in your posture, in your tone, in the way you carry yourself in the world. It's the natural result of knowing deep in your heart that you have done the work. You have shown up. You have acted when it mattered. You have been consistent when it was difficult. That knowledge, that inner validation cannot be taken from you. It is yours because you earned it. So remember, confidence is not something given. It cannot be borrowed or faked for long. It is the natural consequence of action, the reward of discipline, and the companion of responsibility. Every choice you make, every challenge you embrace, every step you take towards your goals is an opportunity to earn more of it. The more action you take, the more disciplined you are, the more your confidence grows, not by chance, not by luck, but by the simple, undeniable law that effort and perseverance always produce results. Growth doesn't happen in giant leaps. It doesn't happen overnight or in a moment of magic. Real personal growth, the kind that shapes your character, your mind, and your belief in yourself, happens in the quiet, seemingly insignificant steps that you take day after day. It is the accumulation of small actions, repeated consistently, that compounds into a life transformed. Each little decision, each minor effort, each modest improvement may seem almost invisible in the moment, but over time, they add up to something extraordinary. That's the secret many overlook, the power of consistency, the power of showing up, even when no one is watching, even when the reward seems distant, even when the results feel too slow to matter. Think of it like building a staircase. Each step is small, and by itself it seems trivial. It might take a long time to reach the top, and you might wonder if the effort is worth it. But every step is necessary. Every step moves you closer to your goal, and eventually, without even noticing it at first, you find yourself at a height you once believed was unreachable. That's how personal growth works. It is not an event, it is a process. And self-belief is the companion of that process. Every time you take one of those small steps, you reinforce your capacity to act, to persist, and to improve. Each step is a vote for the person you are becoming. Consistency is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. It is easy to think that success belongs to those with talent or luck or extraordinary opportunity, but the truth is, most people who achieve anything meaningful did it one day at a time. They did it through routine, through disciplined effort, through habits that others might call boring, but which quietly build strength, resilience, and confidence. When you commit to those small steps, no matter how slow they feel, you are laying the foundation for lasting change. You are proving to yourself that you can depend on yourself, that you are capable of following through, that you are not defeated by doubt or fear. The beauty of small, consistent steps is that they are accessible to anyone, regardless of where they start. You do not need extraordinary resources or exceptional talent. You do not need to wait for inspiration to strike or for conditions to be perfect. You simply need to take the next step in front of you, and then the next one after that. Maybe it is reading a single page of a book each day. Maybe it is practicing a skill for 10 minutes. Maybe it is reaching out to one person or completing one task. Whatever it is, these small actions accumulate over time. And as they accumulate, you begin to notice a shift within yourself. You begin to see that you can achieve what you once thought impossible. You begin to trust your own ability to grow. You begin to believe in yourself. Many people underestimate the power of consistency because they want results fast, dramatic, immediate. They look at others who seem to have it all and think it came easily. They fail to see the years of small steps behind that visible success. But the reality is, the small steps are where the work is done. They are where habits are formed, where discipline is strengthened, where self-respect is earned. And when you take these steps faithfully, you gain something far more valuable than temporary success. You gain an unshakable belief in your ability to create, to improve, to evolve. It is also in the small, consistent steps that resilience is built. Life will throw challenges, setbacks, and disappointments at you. Without a foundation of regular effort, it is easy to be discouraged, to give up, or to doubt yourself. But when you have been taking those small steps consistently, you have already built a reserve of inner strength. You know what it feels like to persist. You know what it feels like to honor your commitments to yourself. You know that even when progress is slow, it is real and it is moving you forward. That knowledge fuels your self-belief, giving you the courage to face bigger challenges with confidence, knowing that the same process that brought you this far will carry you further still. Small, consistent steps also create momentum. One step leads to another. One effort builds on the last. And over time, you begin to notice the compounding effect of your actions. What once felt difficult becomes easier. What once seemed far away comes closer. And your belief in yourself strengthens with each successive step. Growth is no longer a distant dream. It becomes a reality you can touch, a life you can live, a person you are becoming every single day. Life has a way of testing us. It doesn't hand out comfort and ease as a reward. It throws challenges in our path, sometimes subtle, sometimes overwhelming, and often when we least expect it. But what many people fail to realize is that these challenges are not obstacles to stop you. They are opportunities to prove to yourself, first and foremost, that you are capable. Every difficulty you face, every setback, every moment that seems like it might break you, carries within it a chance to show yourself the strength you already have, the resilience that has been quietly growing inside you all along. The world isn't set up to make things easy. It's set up to separate those who are willing to rise from those who are willing to settle. And the truth is, the difference between success and failure often comes down to how we respond to the challenges we encounter. When you look at challenges through this lens, they transform from burdens into invitations. An invitation to learn, to grow, to stretch beyond what you thought possible. Every time life confronts you with a difficulty, it is asking a question: do you have what it takes? And your answer is found not in words, not in wishful thinking, but in action. By stepping forward, by meeting the challenge head on, you prove to yourself that you are capable. Each time you rise to the occasion, you are depositing proof into the account of your own competence, and every deposit strengthens your self-belief. Challenges are not punishments. They are the instruments through which confidence, skill, and resilience are forged. It is in the face of adversity that character is revealed. Comfort may soothe, routine may lull, but it is challenge that wakes you up to the truth of your own abilities. When you encounter a problem that seems too big, a responsibility that feels overwhelming, or a situation that appears unfair, you have a choice to shrink, to complain, to avoid, or to rise. The choice to rise is the choice that builds capability. It is the choice that separates those who merely dream from those who act. And the act of facing the challenge, however imperfectly at first, teaches lessons that no amount of theory, advice, or observation ever could. It is in doing, in confronting, in persisting that capability is proven. Challenges also teach you the value of persistence. They show you that the path to success is rarely straight, that it is filled with twists, turns, and obstacles that demand effort and patience. Each time you persist in the face of difficulty, you are proving to yourself that your determination is stronger than your fear, that your commitment is deeper than your doubt, and that your capability is greater than the circumstances would suggest. Your gym for your mind, your spirit, and your confidence. Every problem you solve, every difficulty you overcome, makes you stronger, smarter, and more capable than you were before. The next challenge will still be hard, but you will approach it with the knowledge that you have risen before and you can rise again. It is also important to recognize that challenges are rarely permanent, but the growth they create lasts a lifetime. Every trial carries with it the seeds of learning and development. Every setback contains within it the spark of insight, and every failure is a teacher if you choose to learn from it. By embracing challenges rather than avoiding them, by leaning into the discomfort rather than fleeing from it, you develop skills, strategies, and mental toughness that cannot be taken away. You prove to yourself that you are resourceful, adaptable, and capable of more than you initially believed. This internal proof is far more valuable than external approval or temporary comfort. It becomes a part of who you are. When you begin to see challenges as opportunities rather than threats, your whole perspective shifts. Life no longer feels like a series of punishments or hardships, but rather a series of chances to test yourself, to show up, to grow, and to become the person you are capable of being. Challenges are not roadblocks, they are signposts pointing toward your potential. Each one asks you to rise, to act, to demonstrate your ability, and when you answer that call, you create a momentum of capability that will carry you further than you ever imagined. Confidence that lasts, the kind that carries you through uncertainty and challenge, does not appear out of thin air. It is not a fleeting emotion that comes in, goes depending on how others see you or how lucky you feel. True confidence grows from preparation, from the deliberate pursuit of knowledge, and from the resilience built through experience. It is the result of doing the work, showing up, and proving to yourself that you are ready to handle what life throws at you. There is a quiet power in this kind of confidence because it is grounded in reality, rooted in skill, and strengthened by the lessons of both success and failure. Preparation is the first building block. You cannot face life's tests with courage if you have not equipped yourself with the tools to meet them. Every time you prepare, you are making a deposit into your personal bank of confidence. Preparation can take many forms: studying, practicing, reflecting, or simply taking the time to plan ahead. When you know you have done your homework, when you know you have practiced the craft, when you have taken the time to learn and understand, you can approach situations with calm assurance. You may still feel the nerves, the tension, or the stakes, but that preparation gives you a foundation, a sense of control, and the knowledge that you are ready. Confidence born of preparation does not boast. It quietly assures, it steadies, and it allows you to perform at your best. Learning is the second pillar. Knowledge is not only power, it is a shield against doubt. The more you learn, the more tools you have at your disposal, and the more capable you feel. Every book read, every skill practiced, every lesson embraced adds to the reservoir of competence within you. Learning is cumulative, and even small increments of understanding build over time into significant expertise. And expertise, even in modest amounts, breeds confidence because it reminds you that you have the ability to handle challenges, solve problems, and navigate uncertainty. Learning is not just a accumulating facts. It is about shaping your mind to think critically, to anticipate obstacles, and to act decisively when action is required. Confidence grows naturally when it is nurtured by ongoing learning because you are never relying solely on luck. You are relying on preparation and understanding. Resilience is the third essential ingredient. Even with preparation and knowledge, life will test you. Things will go wrong. Plans will fail. Circumstances will shift. Without resilience, confidence can crumble in the first gust of adversity. But resilience strengthens the foundation of confidence by teaching you that failure is not final, that setbacks are temporary, and that the ability to recover is within your control. Every challenge you endure, every mistake you learn from, every time you pick yourself up after disappointment, you are proving to yourself that you are capable of enduring more than you thought. That proof becomes a cornerstone of true confidence because it is based not on wishful thinking but on lived experience. You have survived, adapted, and overcome, and that knowledge cannot be taken from you. The combination of preparation, learning, and resilience creates a kind of confidence that is unshakable. It is not loud or arrogant. It does not seek validation from others. Instead, it is steady, calm, and deeply rooted, because it is built on substance rather than appearance. When you are prepared, when you continue to learn, and when you have developed resilience through real experience, you know that you can trust yourself. You know that you have the capacity to face challenges, to navigate uncertainty, and to rise above obstacles. This confidence is not fragile. It grows stronger with every action you take to improve yourself. It is important to understand that confidence developed in this way is lifelong. It is not dependent on a single success or the approval of others. It is cultivated over time through persistent effort and reflection. Every small act of preparation, every step of learning, every challenge overcome contributes to a deeper sense of assurance in your own abilities. And the beauty of this confidence is that it empowers you to take even greater risks, to pursue higher goals, and to face life with a sense of courage and purpose. It is a confidence that endures because it is real, it is earned, and it is continually reinforced by your commitment to growth and resilience. When you focus on preparation, learning, and resilience, you stop relying on luck or external circumstances. You begin to understand that the power to face life's challenges is within you. You begin to move through the world with quiet certainty. Not because everything is easy, but because you know you are ready. And as you continue to prepare, continue to learn, and continue to build resilience, your confidence grows naturally, steadily, and powerfully, guiding you to take action, embrace challenges, and achieve results you once thought were beyond your reach. The life you live is a reflection of the way you think. Every choice, every action, every opportunity you take or let slip by begins in the mind. Your mindset is the foundation of your reality, the lens through which you interpret experiences, the compass that guides your decisions. If you believe you are capable, you will take action. If you doubt